the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Yabusiafo empanifo ase President John Dramani Mahama papa no oye mistake bi na amese NDC fo no womani enyamba so mistake a wampanyini Mahama about the defense minister Yewura Omani Boama a wonye ne ba bi ko Yakobon fa na kan sie ene former defense minister Yewura Nitiwul ababantin ababekasa na oche say mampanyini mistake kwan bi so enam so ama asogers fo no enje se wo mo ani aba mistake na Mahama ne so Dominic Nitiwul cite example bi say hwan ene da dwen ye se Burkina Faso ebekwa kogina ekun anu si sana se yatana ho ye nhwe ha anhwa na bibi aggression bi aba oman Ghana ni na defense minister eni ho akadie bi a ewo se oman Ghana enya no ni nyina oman no enya ye Dominic Nitiwul edi nsem bibi na matudwa na waka ensem abra na wo ye defense minister ewo mampanyina Kufuado epenso nyoma bi a wonim a waka di ni nyina atudwa abusuafo ye nsemre ye bekọ ne akotie papa Dominic Nitiwul ne nsem odutudwa any mistake a Mahama a ama so Joseph no ani aba President John Dramani Mahama Mumenti Dominic Nitiwul ne nsem odutudwa.
So another happens in Parliament and then I get out of Parliament. You talked about the budget now, raising issues about, you talked about your defense ministry. And you've heard it, that the president says that the issue about putting somebody at the defense ministry, I
feel say a mistake. May the soul of my former, my former colleague, the one who took over from him, and all those who died very painfully in that accident, rest in perfect peace. The soldier for the three soldiers, the three government appointees, and the party. In fact, 4 government appointing the other party person, the 5 of them. I believe that may their sins be forgiven and may God grant them eternal rest, and that they should pray for us so that one day we will all go and join them, and then we can all reunite together. But we really pray for them. But I feel in spite of that, I feel it is a mistake for the president to do that. But he is the president, and a prerogative to appoint somebody. But I feel or appointed minister for defense no nation, I feel, and I swear, no nation will do that. Say, will you leave your defense minister empty for 6-7 months? No, I've not heard that before. They would always appoint somebody, a substantive minister. I mean, say,
you're comfortable with
I'm not comfortable with that arrangement. I think it's not good. It is maybe because Ghana for a long time, we haven't entered into a conflict, so we are a bit not. But I can tell you, Burkina. Anybody who thought Burkina will be the way they are now, about maybe 7, 10, 8 years ago, many people have said you have a problem. But in Burkina, many people will never have thought Ukraine never woke up one day after the Second World War to ever think they will be in the situation in which they are.
We are playing with fire.
I think so. I won't use the word playing with fire, but I think if the president really will not mind, he should really look at it carefully. Especially the Ministry of Defense. I think he should look for somebody. There are very, very capable people within the NDC and outside the NDC, independent-minded people who he can decide to appoint. Many thousands who can man that position. I think he should do it. He's a commander-in-chief. It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing that Umu friend commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. It's not for nothing. Your friend commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, and you put a minister there to oversee that area. I think
I'm sure you'll be happy with the budget, by taking care of our security agents, especially our Air Force, no, making provision for what we've lacked.
No, I think I'm happy, sir. At least the Air Force has been given some resources to buy some of the assets. It is what they want to buy that I may have a problem with. But for the resources, I'm extremely very happy with.
What they want to buy in terms of the jets?
Yes, not the jets. It's not jet.
What?
They want to buy planes.
Which is different from?
The jet is different. Jet is a jet fighter. Maybe we call it private jet. So that's why maybe you are looking at it. But in military terms, the more you mention jet, the first thing that comes to your mind is jet fighter, which the Air Force really needs now. To defend you and me, the Air Force needs jet fighters. Because Air Force, said they should fight in the air. No. That's the work of the Air Force. Work and they say fight in the air. Army, the work of the army is to fight on the ground. And the work of a navy is to fight on the sea, on water. Not sea, water. Especially the sea. So these are the three. So they defend you through the sea or water, like your case, to fight on water for you. You say you have an enemy in water, on water, you deploy your navy, and they will need their access to go and fight. If I have an enemy in the air, then your Air Force will go there and meet that person.
And government is doing exactly that, equipping them.
It's not, what they are using the 9 billion over the 3 years to do. There's nothing like that they are going to use to fight in the air. That's why I say I'm happy about the resource allocation, but I'm not happy about what they want to buy. 2 planes, Bakuye long range. And I know that a team of 12 went to Europe, to France, to go and inspect, to go and look at what they are looking. And they are looking at a long range plane, which is an executive jet, and a short range plane, which is an executive jet.
Before you proceed, what's the state of our presidential jet?
Our presidential jet, from 2021, we see our problems.
You know how they call France now?
Yes.
It could be 6 months.
9 months.
9 months.
But they call France, it could be 9 months. Say,
what was the challenge in how they call France?
The first time they call, it was just routine maintenance. And it would have taken like 3 months for it. And they realized that there were problems with it, more problems than anticipated here. And it was not ready to fly immediately. That's why I went to Parliament to report, say, there were problems. So
now says
oh no, there be any demand please me. I use the word freshen up, and I'll still use the word freshen up in it where it's right for our president to be able to freshen up in the aircraft. So those ones is propaganda piece. I don't want to worry myself about it. Listen. So call France best 3 months. They extended it to 6 months. Then by the time France to allow 3 days for the aircraft to come to Ghana, then they realized no, the tank was corroded, and it was very dangerous for the tank to be corroded. So they kept it for another 3 months. From 2020.
With all this, now keep positioning in the known.
Yeah.
That minority then.
Parliament. Yes, I went to Parliament twice to go and brief everybody. In fact, say you see me keep position the known. I may be free Parliament 4 times. 2 in the open, 2 without people knowing the Ekoso. In fact, 5 times. Ye di umo ko akusombo. Twice. Eko brief umo. Sa akusombo trip no. It was leadership and finance committee plus yang. Aso your phone in na ko brief umo and told them all our needs. The fact said the aircraft is not ready. Lot of things. Second, ye di umo ko akusombo, and I briefed Parliament once in the committee of the whole, and then I came to Parliament twice to answer questions, and I briefed them until 5 times.
So as of the time Anamo exited 2024, what was the state of our presidential?
So as of the time I exited, I was spending France 9 months, June to March. It was working. Until President Akufo-Addo, you see in April till December, I handed over to President Mahama. He was using it debia. Anytime he wanted to, he was always using it from April of 2024 till December. Until As at the time you handed over, no, it was in good condition and it was serviceable. So military is serviceable, it means it can fly, it can work. That's what we handed over to them. That's it. But I realized, say, after 2, 3, 4, 5 months, no, it started developing corrosion within the tank again. Corrosion that delayed us for another 3 months. No, it developed it again because the Air Force said that same problem had occurred. So when they took it to France, they realized it's that problem. That's what has delayed it currently. My problem is that where we have reached, we really need to get another one. This one cannot be reliable. If you want to really believe that you want the safety of the president,
Maybe I do know. Yeah, he says a new jet for the president.
I think so. I think we need, but I just don't think so. We need the way the NDC is going about things. I would feel safe.
The short and the long.
I don't think so. We'll do that. I would have preferred straight away for us to go for a long haul and leave the medium one for now. That's the one, the bigger one, and leave the smaller one for now, and use this one as a backup. The old one, no, so that we don't need to have 3. We need this one as a backup, and just go for one long one that the president will take. You can carry many people, can carry the press, you can carry businessmen. I will feel say we do that. 2, I also feel say they should concentrate on buying jets, fighter jets. Part of the money should be used to buy fighter jets for the soldiers. For example, you sign a contract in Czech Republic for 6 fighter jets, but because of the IMF problem, the funding bank, say a loan, it's our loan. The bank was supposed to release it, but when we entered the IMF, the bank withheld it. Now we have sorted out issues of talking to everybody. I think they should pursue the bank and let the bank release so that they can bring those 6 jets to Ghana. I think they should use part of that money to bring those 6 jets to Ghana, so that at least, whatever the case, it was our jets. God forbid, if anything happens, the Air Force can fight in the air.
Okay.
And so, 2, I also want them to buy what we call helicopter gunship, not transport helis they are trying to buy. There are 2 different types of helis. Baku ye helicopter gunship. They are two gun. They have machine guns, not machine guns. They have helicopter gunship. They can fight and throw missiles.
You prefer that one?
That's what the Air Force would need, because it's about defending you and me. So they should buy, because our plan was to buy 3 of those ones, and then maybe one or 2 transport helis for the soldiers, and even civilians. But I think, in their mind, they want to buy 2 civilian helis and 2 for the soldiers, but they are all transport helis. None of them is for fighting.
Okay. Well, Abna.
On procurement as no, Elbit system, but you say a familiar.
Yeah, I mean, inside
yes.
Yes, I signed a contract with them before.
And the contract no was to sell more APC armored personnel carriers no best 90 Ghana. And what was the contract?
So what happened was that you signed a contract, $80 million to bring 19 APCs, 10 4x4, 8x8, which is very expensive.
Okay,
that's what the soldiers wanted, and 9 6x6 from Italy and Brazil. But every system is the one that was supposed to bring them. Until you signing a contract, the same thing. It was a loan. I mean, the call of Parliament. So when we declared ourselves to go to IMF, the banking, the funding bank had paid the first milestone. Second, they almost divide the payment
in tranches.
So 1, 2, 3, almost first one, second one, third one. I think it's sum up to about 40 million or so.
40 million.
40 million or so.
Dollars.
And when we declared ourselves to IMF, we say, hey, now, you remember, say, the then finance minister wrote a letter and said, we will stop paying our loans for now. So they said, but you want us to release money to you. So they stopped releasing more money for us. Say, we cannot release money to Ghana any longer. So our money was there, and it's still there, and the funding bank refused to release the money until we finished meeting them. We finished all the work in October 2024. All the what we call our creditors, meeting creditors, the creditors, and we finish all the arrangement in October 2024. Until then, no funding back. Anything I will say, one will tackle this cycle. That's why tackle this cycle, for example, is not working. the roads that is going to Aflawo. It was all part of those funding banks. You see the Teshi road. That's why the Teshi road, that one lead to Sakumono. No? So the funding banks all stopped. So all those projects stopped, including this particular one. Because
$40 million.
Is there? It's with them. Pay to the LBIT people.
You bet me.
Oh no, yeah. The agreement the agreement is very simple. Pay the full amount and take your vehicles. Say the DI company, they sold to you and you sign an agreement. Say pay your 80 million and take your decision. But since Ghana, your needs are 80 million, no, we'll give you a bank that you take a loan from them, they will pay you. And the banks, after we declare ourselves, I made the answer, they paid 40 million and said they won't pay the rest. So I said, after October, I then made an arrangement and said we should put it in the next budget, the other 40 million in the next budget, which should have been 2025 budget if we had won elections. And I left it in the handing over notes. But of course, we lost the elections. So all government needs to do is to pay the balance and take their vehicles. The vehicles have been manufactured.
But I want to understand, it's a balance no on mine and to $40 million na yetu yadadano. I want to understand.
So a contract, if you cancel the contract, there are consequences.
So is that yeah, so
the vehicles are there. Pay your extra money and take your vehicles because you sign a contract with them. The government of Ghana sign a contract with them.
So if this present government has any interest,
yes,
as I say, with your difference now,
and follow your vehicles.
I know. So what if only interest went here?
So who say won't your bill? Then you have to go to the agreement. What is in the agreement? So terminate here, you lose part of the money, but you're not going to lose because it's in the agreement.
So be lose here.
I don't know. I have to go back and check.
You're not signing.
Oh, miss signing, but I don't remember. I don't want to come and sit here and say something. The press will take me on. But the truth is that you signed an agreement to buy this iPhone. Say, bet you are way, and it's maybe 1,000 cedis. What you are 500 cedis. You have not paid the rest, so don't give the iPhone to you. If you pay, come and take. So I want me to ask you. You will have to cancel it. So cancel it. You will lose some of your own money. But I don't know why any government would say because we wanted it and we went to them and signed an agreement with them. So as I said, the funding banks stopped and they are no more even interested in funding us. That loan from Parliament.
So be blame Nitiwul say one son because when I was signing a contract into Unawama Isikana Koka.
Oh, Debbie. How can you blame me? How will I know, say, by that time, yes, I call IMF and the funding bank will stop? I won't know that. Secondly, I'm not the one who told the bank not to pay. And me. What I say? And me. I didn't tell the bank, say, don't pay the money. The bank just said, since Ghana has declared in IMF, say, you lose no. We are not going to put our money there. Our investors are saying, say, don't send any more money to Ghana. So Ghana government needed to budget that 40 million into the next budget, which will have been 2025, because all the agreement finished October 2024, and they signed it. Anta and Co signed October 2024 with everything, and so the only way we can put in the budget was 2025 budget, and the new government didn't do it. So, and this budget too, they have now said we have decided to renegotiate. We have decided to renegotiate with LBIT so that we'll see how we can make sure we'll pay and collect our and I pray they can negotiate well. And I'm even praying to God that they can negotiate the price even downwards. And that's all that I can say.
21 minutes after 9, which was quite unfair. You that during your time this does not happen and
I said that I want to thank God. God protected me to the extent some of these unfortunate things were not happening during the time I was minister. And first of all, I started by praying for the departed soul and asking government to do everything to take care of those who were injured. And in the process of my argument or my submission, I said, Dominic Nitiwul, I should be thanking God for my life and for all those who work with me, that at least during the time that we were there, some of the unfortunate things were.
As of that point, was it relevant? Is it not ideal to apologize? That maybe
What
answer?
You convince me.
Because clearly,
can I finish? Convince me. And remember, it was not this incident alone I mentioned. Said government will buy and Asujefo had a problem in Boise, 8 people died. And I mentioned about 3 different occasions.
But such instances are not to be attached to any particular government. So just going off.
But did I attach it to any government?
Well, government we buy, you know. The incident that has happened,
yes,
it doesn't speak well of the government.
I don't blame them all.
No, I'm saying that as a government we buy, since the coming in of this administration,
some incidents have happened.
Exactly, and you thank God that during your time, that was not the case. Was it irrelevant? Comparison?
I've heard
clearly, indirectly.
That's your voice. That's your. Maybe that is your.
That's a former defense minister talking.
Minimum. I'm saying
that's a former defense minister talking. That's a clear difference between my opinion. I'm saying that here is a former defense minister thanking God that he did something extraordinary when his time to the extent that.
Let me make a comment. In as far as some people, including you, think I shouldn't have made that comment, I understand. And maybe from us, I shouldn't have made that comment. Because if I make a comment and some people feel strongly say, oh, and because I comment, you don't make her. You just try to understand, say, oh, maybe you shouldn't have made it. Because if I made a comment and it's dividing opinion, I don't think I should have made that.
Maybe just like the comment you made about one of your presidential candidates in your hometown about he liking or not liking the people over there. What was the exact statement you made?
That was 2023. It's 2023.
It's popped up again. What was exactly?
I'm coming. That was 2023. I think April or somewhere like that. Now he went somewhere to come and lambast Northerners, and if you play that tape, you won't like it. And my ministry, the interior, all those he was mentioning those things, and he was very angry why Northerners should be giving all these positions. So I took a decision that as a coordinator for the Northern Group, I needed to respond. Otherwise, people don't know how difficult it takes to convince one Northerner